Everybody, and welcome back to Horror and Sci-Fi Collectibles. As I said in my previous video, I am going through toys that I have that are still in the box and unboxing them so that they can go onto my new shelf. So today's video, we're going to get into the Evil Dead 2 anniversary set from NECA. So looking at the box, it's basically the rework art from Evil Dead 2 that came out later. I think when it was released to DVD, the original cover was the skull kind of looking at you, and I think it had Bruce Campbell's eyes inset into it. When it was released, at least onto DVD by Anchor Bay, and you got the limited 10 edition. This was the artwork from the cover, very similar to it. So side of the box is kind of the run-of-the-mill, like on all the other NECA Evil Dead figures. On the back are some different images of the toys, a little description of the movie and what's going on. Of course, there's Ash, there's them together. I love the little diorama background of the cabin that they use to shoot these in. Someday it'd be, I think, a lot of fun to make one of those, or try to. I've never tried to make something on that scale. I'm usually making furniture, but of course on the top, same kind of logo. It is the collector-friendly packaging, so you can open it up and look at them, display it this way if you want, or even take them out, keep the box, put them back in. But good shot of him floating in the air. And then looking at the toys, you get a pretty good spread here. You get Ash with his saw, you get the Kandarian dagger, you get his boomstick, you get a Necronomicon, you get the laughing deer head from the wall. Ash, you get 3 different heads for him. And then Evil Ed, you get 2 different heads for him, and the one head splits in half, like when Ash attacks him with the axe, which, if I remember correctly, ended up being deleted from the movie. So the way I handle these, I did open this to look at it when I got it, but I typically open the bottom like this. That way you don't disturb the packaging on the top. So this came out, I think, early 2018, and there's more background of the cabin there, if you can see that. Early 2018, and it's just been sitting on my entertainment center since, waiting for a shelf. And of course there's wires. It's not enough that he's jammed down in here every which way and you have to actually pull him by the head to get him out. They want to make sure he can't possibly fall out on his own, so I don't think there was any risk. So let's see there. Try to get him to stand. Well, I'll worry about him in a minute. Let's get Ed out and the other accessories. So there's him. There's the boomstick. There's the dagger. I really like the dagger. That's cool. That was not available in another set to my knowledge. It's got the little skull on the end and looks really good up close. The Necronomicon itself looks good and actually opens. And there's some of the graphics from the movie, the eyeballs, the head. So that's cool. I don't think any of my other ones open. I think they just kind of sit there. So let's see, get Ash's heads out. So there he is, flying out on me. The deer head and Evil Ed's 2-piece head. So we'll throw that stuff out of the way. So here's the deer head. I like that. That was one of my favorite parts of the movie. It is articulated a little bit. You can turn the head. You can tilt it back. tilt it down a little bit, not a whole lot, about that much range of motion forward and back, but you can turn it as much as you want. So yeah, that's one of my favorite parts, when the whole house gets to laughing at him and he gets to laughing too, just as he's kind of sinking into madness there. Tilt down for you, sorry about that. So looking at Ed, I think that's a great sculpt of what that actor looked like in the makeup once they got him in. He's pretty articulated. His arms move in and out just as you would want him to. He moves at the wrist, he moves at the elbows. He's got the long, nasty fingers. Very movable at the hips. His knees bend, but boy, they're stiff. There it goes. Just kind of pop it loose, I guess. I've actually never done this part. So not only do the knees bend, but they pivot. So it seems like they're doing that with a lot of their figures. His feet move somewhat, not a whole lot. They kind of run into his pants, and this foot barely moves at all. But I think you have enough there he is. You have enough flexibility in the legs that you can make him stand pretty well. So the additional head that already fell apart is in two pieces. Put them together like that. You can have it sliding off. You could just have it laying on the ground. I think you can see that kind of gnarly down in there, kind of a webbing of his brain. It almost looks like the brain is shrunk to a little pulp in the middle. It kind of reminds me, looking down inside of it, of the meteor from Creepshow, actually. But so there's Evil Dead's spare head. Ash, of course, you get his chainsaw. Mine fell off. There we go. And Ash has three heads. You have what I would call the concerned Ash look, more of a determined Ash, and then the grimacing Ash, like he's actually fighting or doing something. He has the little hook on his harness for starting his chainsaw. He's articulated pretty well. He moves at the waist. His legs move as well. Knees pivot and everything, just like the other one. His feet are a little bit more movable. His head, of course, turns all the way around. Pop it off to change with the others. Just lost his chainsaw again. There we go. He was just kind of turned the wrong way. Movable at the wrist, the elbow. Get him up. And it actually looks like my saw came apart. Maybe it would be okay. I think I'm going to have to actually put a dab of glue on that. There's if you look, there's a keyed fitting that goes into the back of the saw, and it goes on there awful soft to just be a friction fit. So I may have to work on that, but he tilts, and you can work with his feet, I think. I'm actually having a little bit of trouble getting him to stand up. I've got his legs straightened out about all the way that they can. There he is. Okay, so now he's standing on his own. Move the camera a touch for you. Again, a closer look at that Necronomicon. That's a pretty good face on it, I think. Of course, I love the way the pages look in there. That's pretty cool. So that's a neat plus. What I think I'm going to do with this guy, I think I'm going to make some kind of a wooden background for them and mount the deer head behind them, kind of like this. I would like for the deer head to somehow be mounted on the back of my shelf, but I don't want to attach it to the shelf itself. And there's nothing on the back here actually to allow me to attach it, so I don't want to glue it, because then I may have trouble getting it off. I'll probably see if I could do a I don't know, double-sided tape or something like that on a wood background, like I said. So let's get a closer look at that knife, if I can get the lighting right for you. I'll bring a little bit more light down here for this and get it into focus for you. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's just not wanting to focus with them. There it goes. So that is pretty cool. That is a lot like the movie. There are some differences, but that is very neat. I don't think, I think when I pose them, I'll probably just leave this laying around. I don't know if I'll put that in Ash's hands or not, but that's very cool to have. The only other thing that I think they could have done and thrown in would have been Linda's necklace for Ash to hold on to. That'd also be a good thing to go with the demon Ash. So his boomstick is about like any other one that you've seen. In fact, a little bit less detail on the barrel. It just kind of dead ends. So that could have actually been a little bit better. And it looks like it's going to be one of those where, you know, it's a little bit of a struggle to get it into his hand. Actually, it's not bad, so I ought to be quiet, and I shouldn't complain about that. That one wasn't too bad at all. So there's that, and I don't know, there we go, into the palm of his hand, get his finger through the trigger guard. There we go. So that's what you get in the box. A nice Hero Ash, or at least it's similar to what NECA called the Hero Ash, because he has his saw and his boomstick and everything. You get the 2 extra heads for Ash, the extra 2-piece head for Evil Ed. You get the knife and the deer head. I think that's pretty good. So pricing on these, I think when it first came out, I gave $40 for it, which I thought was very good. Most places I looked before making this video, you're looking anywhere from $45 to $50. And for a 2-figure NECA set, that's probably pretty good. I know sorry about that. I know the Chucky set is about $60 right now, and there's a They Live set coming that's going to be a double, and I think the last pricing I saw on it as an estimate was $70. So there it is, the Evil Dead Anniversary set. Get you one, you'll like it. I love it. It's finally going to go on the shelf with my other Evil Dead figures. Been looking forward to it for a while. So I've got more Evil Dead things to show yet. So if you like Evil Dead, tune in again, subscribe. There is a contest going on still to give away a Terminator 2 digital copy if you're my 50th subscriber. So like and subscribe, or even share it so other people have a chance to win. So that's it for this video, and I'll talk to you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.